Throughout our course, we discussed and learned about job and work culture in America through the lenses of ambivalence. That ambivalence being that having and working a job can be a necessary evil, meaning that though most would prefer not to work 9 to 5 every day, which I wouldn't want to do that every day of my life, we do it anyways because we don't want to be broke and hungry. And it is as simple as that. But on the other hand, there are people who find true fulfillment in their jobs. This is a rare blessing, unfortunately. More often than not, work is a necessary evil. Whether you are a scribe, a meat packager, a football coach, or even work for the IRS, there's this fundamental statement that we consider so that we push ourselves to work these unprofitable jobs. That fundamental statement is that we cannot starve. And that speaks volumes both metaphorically and physically. Whether or not we are the ones we cannot let starve, or our children are the ones we can't let starve, or the people around us we can't let starve. We work so that these people can eat and not be hungry. But the gag is, we all end up starving ourselves, depriving ourselves of peace and genuine human connection because we're too busy trying to keep up with the Joneses, for lack of better phrases. In the poem Lying in a Hammock at William Duffy's Farm in Pine Island, Minnesota, by James Wright, we can hear perspective of having wasted time because we spend our years stuck in halls of buildings that won't remember us when it's our time to be replaced by someone younger. People like Willie Loman believe that if we put in the hard work that our jobs will have our backs. Unfortunately, we learn very fast that our jobs will replace us. This replacement comes whether or not we've achieved the tax bracket that we want to be in. And we see this kind of ambivalence in almost every situation that involves work. We see it in Lane D. Jr. in the Wiggle Room, where he endures this job that is boring him literally to death. And he endures it because he believes that it will help him provide for his child and provide a life for his wife to not make mushrooms. But we see it every day. We see people who endure these tough jobs because they need to feed their families. We see them endure these jobs because they believe that one day, if I keep at it, if I keep working this job, I'll finally be able to make enough money to where I won't have to work again. I won't have to be this poor again. And one person who I am reminded of that I interviewed a while back was head football coach who is now retired, Joe Moglia. Having both grown up in the Bronx at different time periods, we both can agree and attest that looking for jobs in a city of a billion people is never going to be easy. Joe Moglia grew up in a middle class neighborhood in the Bronx where his father owned a market where he worked at. Moglia went off to college and became a football coach for 16 years. And for 16 years, he worked hard to save enough money to start training classes to work on Wall Street. This led to Moglia then becoming the CEO of TD Ameritrade. That is worth over $300 billion. Sure, not every come up story is going to be as lavish as this one, but that is the American dream. To start with nothing, and if we work hard enough, we'll be something, or at least be somebody. Imagine living in a country where the dream, the thing that's supposed to be your wildest imagination, is to go to work so that you can be somebody. It's an American nightmare. The speaker in the poem by James Wright probably feels a bit ripped off if his perspective was what we think it is. To have worked all his life to accomplish not very much and to find out he can find absolute beauty and wonder on a farm. Literally from horse droppings he found beauty. Yet he worked his life away, believing that he had to to save enough money for material things. He has wasted his life. Who knows the countless butterflies he's passed trying to get to the factory door. Perhaps Sammy from AP knew something we didn't know. That the workplace was a scam, holding him back from doing whatever he really wanted to do or say. What if Sammy quit because he knew that this job wouldn't bring him any more happiness than any other did? What if the reason he felt as though his life was over is because he knows he'll have to endure many more jobs such as this? So boring that teenagers in bathing suits was the excitement for the day. Henry David Thoreau said this in Walden. The cost of a thing is the amount of what I would call life, which is required to be exchanged for it, immediately or in the long run. Everything that we acquired in this life came by a cost. The cost is time we spent working jobs to acquire the smallest amount of money, honestly. But we have to pay a price. Is whatever we're gaining, whether it be a new car, a new house, or I don't know, designer dog, is that worth the life and the time that we put into it? Are we really reaping the benefit of our hours spent? Throughout the course, I had to question whether my American dream to come to America and start off with nothing and become someone was really my American dream or the one society has pushed on me. All is said and done, can we say that the lives we have made for ourselves is worth the lives that we deprived ourselves from?